One of the many things lawmakers had failed to do this session, pass condo safety rules. It's been less than a year since the deadly building collapse over at Surfside.
Yeah, the I-Team has reported extensively on the issue, including the integrity of our beachfront buildings and what can be done to make them safer. CBS 12's Andrew Lofholm is live in Boca Raton, one of the few places in Florida that already has rules on the books. Andrew?
You might remember shortly after Surfside, Boca Raton City Council approved rules that would require inspecting buildings 30 years or older and then 10 years after that. There's similar rules down in Broward and Miami-Dade. Now, it seemed that lawmakers were poised up in Tallahassee to pass some statewide rules on condo regulation, but ultimately couldn't agree on what that would look like. Nearly 500 miles away from the site of one of the deadliest building collapses in United States history, lawmakers in Tallahassee did not create any laws to prevent another similar tragedy. While the exact cause of its collapse is still under investigation, a 2018 field report from a consulting company revealed $15 million worth of repairs were needed at the Champlain Towers South, but the HOA only had $700,000 worth of reserves. The clock ran out on legislation that would have required inspections on older buildings and reserve studies which would gauge the health of an association's fund to pay for fixes revealed by the inspection.
Obviously, I'm disappointed.
Fred Hadley lives in Century Village west of Boca Raton. He's been pushing his association's leadership to take its aging building safety more seriously, especially after Tallahassee failed to do so.
I started to get the Surfside redux syndrome, which is, well, you know, why do I want to have to pay for something that won't benefit me? I'm in my 80s, and it will only really benefit future residents here. And of course, that was the problem in Surfside.
North Florida State Senator Jennifer Bradley sponsored the condo reform. We talked to her in February.
We have 500,000 condos that are over 40 years old and 100,000 condo units that are over 50 years old.
In a statement to CBS 12 News today, she said a narrower bill just to create an inspection program failed to get through the House with hours to spare, adding she hopes to work on condo safety again next year. Now, there's been some talks about lawmakers reconvening for a special session to tackle the state's home insurance crisis that's going on right now. But it's too early to say if they will, and if they actually do, would that include condo regulation?
Thanks, Fetus. Well, in Tallahassee, state lawmakers are heading back home after passing a record-breaking $112 billion budget to wrap up the legislative session. Among other things, it'll boost the minimum wage, create a month-long gas tax holiday later this year. It'll also send billions of dollars to public schools, but students in 2 local counties will miss out on hundreds of millions of dollars in extra state money because of their decision to mandate masks during the pandemic. Our Jay O'Brien has been digging into this. He joins us now with what happened.
Yeah, Jim, good evening. Let's look at these numbers because there are a lot of numbers. The state budget is a total of, like you said, $112 billion with a B dollars. 28 billion of that money, $28 billion out of this $112 billion budget, that's going to go to public education in the state of Florida. And inside of that $28 billion is an allocation of $200 million for a grant program that public schools can apply to. A lot of extra money of this, and even this, can be used to improve schools, classrooms, and help teachers. But Palm Beach and Indian River counties aren't allowed to touch a cent of this extra $200 million. And here's why.
Tonight, with the dropping of these handkerchiefs, the Florida legislative session coming to a close after lawmakers passed a state budget that carves out extra money for all but 12 school districts in the state. Those districts, including Palm Beach and Indian River counties, being left out because they defied Governor DeSantis and mandated masks during the Delta variant surge last fall.
These 12 school districts, those who broke the law, do not think parents have the right to raise their own children.
Republican Rep. Randy Fine was behind the move, which prevents each district that mandated masks from applying to get a piece of a $200 million program called the School Recognition Fund.
The people who've hurt children are these 12 school districts that don't respect parents and broke the law.
When the school year began, a dozen school districts, including Palm Beach and Indian River counties, flouted state regulations and required masks in the classroom, saying they had a legal obligation to protect students during one of the worst points of the pandemic.
In my heart, I believe we're keeping our children safer.
But now those districts paying the price. Palm Beach County Rep Matt Wilhite says he believes this latest legislative move punishes teachers and students for the decisions administrators made to keep kids safe, but adds he still voted for the budget because of all the other money it allocates to classrooms.
The overall amount of money that Palm Beach County is going to be eligible for now, and the funding is going to be massive compared to what we've had before.
And there's a lot of money in this budget for education issues, but one point here, Rep. Randy Fine initially wanted to go further and withhold a lot of state money from these districts that mandated masks. School officials were irate over that proposal, and now those schools will still take a financial hit, but maybe not as big as they would have.
Well, we don't have to tell you gas prices continue to soar, and it is having a big impact on a lot more than just your wallet. Local governments and school districts now are really feeling that pain. Our Al Peffley is looking into that tonight. He joins us from the Fort Pierce area with more on that story. Al, what did you find out?
According to the AAA, the national average price for a gallon of regular gas today is $4.32 a gallon, and for diesel it's $5.13 a gallon. Agencies from school districts to police departments are having to take steps to deal with this.
I think it's great that they're trying to save money on gas.
Amanda Geller, a real estate agent downtown Fort Pierce, was a little surprised to see a Fort Pierce police officer riding by on a Segway, a more energy efficient way to patrol parts of downtown instead of being in a patrol car.
We are funded by our community, and we want to make sure our community knows that we're being responsible in the utilization of those funds.
With gas prices climbing, Fort Pierce police say they're taking steps to try to reduce fuel costs. They've already started to put police detectives and community service officers in Ford Fusion and Ford Escapes that get better gas mileage. They've also ordered 2 hybrid vehicles for canine officers. With gas prices on the way up, the Okeechobee County School District is dipping into its general fund to get an additional $75,000 to pay for fuel for school buses through June 30th.
This $75,000 could have went somewhere else, but now it's going to gas. But our students need it, and our community needs it.
The Okeechobee County School District has an enrollment of about 6,200 students.
What we're not going to do through the remainder of this school year is impact our parents. I mean, we're not going to start condensing routes and cutting down on field trips that were already planned.
St. Lucie County is also looking at ways to reduce fuel consumption. A county spokesman says they do have an annual contract to buy fuel for county vehicles, but the price they pay for the fuel still fluctuates.
We could look at cutting back on travel outside the county for conferences and things of that nature.
He says so far St. Lucie County departments have not exceeded their fuel budgets, but with the way prices keep climbing, that's something they're going to watch very carefully.
Right now, we're just having to absorb the cost like everyone else.
I also reached out to the Palm Beach County School District. They said they too are concerned about where fuel prices are going, but they say fortunately this year they are running fewer school bus routes because of a shortage of school bus drivers, so that's lessened the impact of the higher fuel costs.